Hello everybody, it is your boy Nano back at it with another YouTube video. In today's video, I put apart a $800 esports gaming PC. For this PC is for all of you people that want to start a career in esports and have a bit of money and are not willing to spend it. And I mean are willing to spend it. So this PC will pull about 304 watts, which is it's a lot, but the power supply will definitely be able to handle this. So the CPU that I decided to go with is a Ryzen 5 3600. This is a 3.6 core clock GPU and its boost clock is 4.2 gigahertz. Its TDP is only 65 watts and it is a 6 core 12 thread gaming CPU. The CPU is very good for gaming because of its really fast core clocks and its cores and threads are really good for editing, but if you really want to get the most performance, definitely wait for the pandemic to be over and try to get a Ryzen 7 2700X because of the prices are a little bit more expensive by like $10, but they're definitely going to be worth the watch. But nonetheless, this is a really good CPU, and I actually am using this for my own PC build. Um, well, I have most of the parts ready, but I'm just going to be putting it apart. For the motherboard, I decided to go with this MSI X470 Gaming Plus Max ATX AM4 motherboard just because it is X470 and for the price of $120, it is really cheap. It will support a lot of memory speeds, all of these, but the only downside is that they will only support 64 gigs of RAM. So if you want to go with 128, then definitely look to buy a X570 board. But this is pretty good and it will be compatible with the Ryzen 5 3600, even though here says some compatibility issues because I'm using a B450 motherboard and it works. So with the Ryzen and with this chip. So yeah, that's pretty good for a motherboard. For the RAM, I decided to go with the G-Skill Ripjaws V16 VS16 gig. I mean, this is 16 gigabyte and it's clocked at 3600 megahertz. It's 2x8, so we will be getting dual channel, and it is pretty cheap for the price of $75. And the reason why I call it cheap is because the amount of RAM and the RAM speed is really fast for the 3600 megahertz, and it's pretty standard if you really want an esports gaming PC. For the storage, for an SSD, I decided to go with this Inland Professional 120 gig SSD. It's a 2.5 inch um SSD and it's pretty fast. I mean, every PC today in like today's ages should have an SSD because I mean it's an essential if you want to have Windows on it, which means it will boot up way faster and I mean it's pretty good to put a couple of your apps. For Seagate, I mean for the hard drive, I decided to go with the Seagate Barracuda Compute 2 terabyte, 3.5 inch 7200 RPM internal hard drive just because of how much space it has of 2 terabytes and it's $55 and it's not that bad for a price and it's also 7200 RPM which is pretty fast for a hard drive, but this will definitely be able to store all of your games. For the GPU, I decided to go with the GeForce GTX 1660. I said to go with this one because it is a pretty fast card, and if you guys really want to like have one of the best graphics cards for under $300, then definitely go looking for the cheapest RTX 2060 that you can find. But this is pretty good, 1660 Super, and it's a 6 gig GDDR6 graphics card. It's you can overclock it to 1815 megahertz, which is really good. And I think I don't know what the core clock is, but it must be in the high 1300s. But yeah, no, actually the core clock is a 1530 megahertz, which is pretty fast for a graphics card that has not been overclocked or anything. But yeah, that's pretty cheap for the price of 230. For the case, I decided to go with a little bit of I decided to go with a good case because like we need to house it in a pretty decent place, I decided to go with this NZXT H510 ATX mid tower case, just because it's black and it will fit with the theme of the build. And it's also $70, which is not that bad, and it will be able to house all of our components pretty good. And it also comes with two fans included in the case. So for the power supply, I decided to go with this EVGA 600 watt 80 plus white certified ATX power supply. I decided to go with this power supply because it's 600 watts and it's pretty cheap for the price of $60. And but the only thing that you might not like is that it has ketchup and mustard cables, but I mean, it will be able to power your build for that price. And the build comes out to be only $812, so a couple more dollars off of the build. But yeah, that's gonna be it, guys, for the video. If you enjoyed, smash the like. Don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.